A new season means a new engineering notebook for Pushback. Now, the engineering notebook, I don't think many teams put as much effort in as they probably should. This is just because judges take the engineering notebook into account in 7 different awards, and one of those being excellence. So it is a pretty good part of robotics. However, with that being said, I would suggest, because I know some teams have a role specifically dedicated to the notebook, but personally, I would stray away from that. And that's because usually these people who have the role in the engineering notebook aren't like too invested in robotics, because all they do is write a notebook. And if you have all of your teammates together write the engineering notebook, it actually helps the criteria here in the rubric a little bit more, and you also get your thoughts that you want to put into it. So overall, I would avoid having a engineering notebook specific role, even though it is a pretty good part of robotics. But today I'm going to tell you how you should write your engineering notebook. Like, what are the judges looking for in your notebook? And once you have that down, you can hopefully win some awards, because you know exactly what the judges want you to know. So, over here in the criteria, we first have the identifying the problem. Now, this is basically like what the competition is. Like, you're gonna have to put in like a lot of detail, and you're gonna see this in a lot of the criteria. They want lots of detail. Okay, so it says here, identify the problem in the competition and work well designed challenged in detail. At the start of each design process cycles with words and pictures. That's a big one. You want pictures. State your goal for the season and for each phase. So basically, the main things you need from here is go to your engineering notebook, or sorry, not the engineering notebook, but the game manual, and just take some important pieces out, like how our skills ran, like what's the skill scoring, what is the match scoring, some important rules, and just put them all in. Make sure you give detail, and with that detail, explain the importance of it, and of course give goals, and that basically ties into the importance. Like maybe here's a skills goal or whatnot. So if you're getting lower points, it's basically going to be detail, pictures, goals. Those are actually the main things people miss in the engineering notebook at this section. So make sure you have detail, pictures, and goals, because that is probably like what they're looking for the most in this category. But after that, you have the brainstorming prototype solutions. This is basically all going to be, well, this is mostly going to be early season, but definitely want to remember to keep updating this. And building the robot can be exciting, right? But you also have to remember each day when finishing and brainstorming with ideas, just put it in the notebook. Give some prototype solutions. It doesn't have to be good, just some ideas to let the judges know, like, you've been thinking a lot about the competition and you're really engaged. So to get your 4 to 5 points, you must list 3 or more possible solutions. Now, make sure you have 3, please. And another big thing, you need to label your diagrams. Okay, label your diagrams, please. And of course, cite ideas from outside users so you're not plagiarizing. But yeah, basically here, make sure you have 3, label your diagrams, prototype designs, and just explain them. like explain how it will fulfill what you have up here, and that should be good to go for that point. And if you're losing some points over here, you're not going to have all three, or like, yeah, you're plagiarizing a little bit. But another big thing is you please label your diagrams. Okay, so now the next part is selecting your solution and plan. So this says, explain why the solution was selected through testing and or decision matrix. Fully describe the plan and implement the solution. So basically, this is basically saying, how are we going to solve this problem over here, or a problem with the robot? And you need to put detail in everything you say. You like say what's wrong, say the solution to it, but not only that, and with all the detail, but also test it and give the outcome to that. And you need to fully describe the plan. Lots of detail is good, and you're gonna realize that the engineering notebook, you need lots of detail. Please do not be vague. If you're losing points, it's basically like you're not explaining enough. And you mentioned the plan, like you have to describe. Like if you're not describing enough, you're going to lose points. Period. In any of these sections. The next one here is your build and program the solution. So this one's basically saying you record the steps to build the program and the solution, and include enough detail. Another thing with the detail, that the reader can follow the logic. See if your judges are reading your program and they don't understand like what's happening, like what you're exactly doing, yeah, that's not gonna be good. And this basically says that you need to record everything, please. And it's a team to develop their work, design, and create designs from the documentation. Yeah, so basically what you're saying up here above with the brainstorming and to define the problem, actually do it. And when you're losing points, you're lacking in detail, or it's hard for the reader to follow your process. A lot with the detail thing. Make sure you have your detail. So now you're into testing solution. You're going to define what is considered positive and negative outcomes. So basically say, here is my solution to this. Here's what we want it to do. And you'll say, all right, here's the outcome. It did this right, but it failed over here, or it did this completely wrong, and we're going to need to go back to the design process and do it all again, and record your steps. Please, all of your steps to test the solution, including your results. Table graphs, those type of things could be useful too. But yeah, a lot of people who come to this part of the rubric, a lot of people only record their key steps, but no, please do all. Even if it seems minor, please do all. It will help your score out. And the next part is repeating the design process. This these two kind of go hand in hand. It's a negative test outcome. We're going to repeat the process. Or if your goals don't align with how your robot's performing, repeat the design process. Get better. Improve your performance. Just here that the design process is repeated multiple times. You need to show the judges that you're engaged in the design process, and that you are actively thinking about solutions. And make sure you have a goal with don't just say, okay, this went wrong, we have to repeat design process. Please give a goal that is achievable, okay? and then how well the performance work was. If you're missing points on this design process not repeated, you're not giving enough effort, or you think it's all good, because quite frankly, there's always something to improve on a robot, whether that's weight management or faster joints, whatever. So it's not really repeated, so more times you repeat this, the more score you get, basically. And make sure you have a goal for this one. Now, independent inquiry. So this says teams show evidence that of independent inquiry from beginning stages of the design process. Notebook documents what the implemented ideas have origins within existing industries, companies, etc. For example, a team was able to physically or virtually tour a local region or company. Just say like how your ideas implemented in different industries, and not many people do this, but if you're open for the idea to doing that part, then yeah, that's great. But basically connecting your designs from real life, this is actually one that many teams fall short in. So put this on your radar, star it and everything, because you're gonna need to make those connections. So for the next one, you need a usability and completeness. This is basically you can read it well. You can a judge can recreate everything that you did. They see everything clearly. There's a lot of detail, and there's this part. Detail is coming back to you again, and there's basically an entire section like mainly focused on detail. Like, detail is very important. Please do not lack detail. Like, here's where you're losing points. You're gonna lack detail. Because even if you record everything nice, lack detail, well, you're gonna lose points, and you don't want that to happen. So now here is a pretty big one. You need to record your team and project management. Yeah, grab charts, grab notes, grab say this week our goal is to fix our intake because it was not performing as well as we wanted in last week's competition, for example. And you're like, all right, here's our goal, and here's what each team member is doing to complete this goal, and just so organized planning. So yeah, you provide complete record of the team project and assignments. Team meeting notes includes goals. You need to have goals. VEX really wants you to see what's your goals, and if you complete them or not, your decisions on why you're doing things, how you build a program and accomplish, and design cycles easily identified, and stuff like that. And you're gonna lose points if records most of information listed at left. Level of details insignificant. Yeah, detail's a big part. Yeah, but this is really going to be a lot of your notebook right here. So make sure you put like a star on this too. And the format. Can you read it well? Is it nice and organized? And basically parts like this, but it's the all or nothing thing. You either get 5 or none, which all the teams should be able to get a 5, unless you have a sloppy notebook. But that should be a 5. That should be some free points. I hope that you've enjoyed this video and that I've helped you develop your engineering notebook. And with that being said, I'm going to do a similar video like this with the judges interview, and to easily get the judges award. So if you'd like to see that, it will probably be around when the first competitions start to take place. So please be subscribed and click the like button so that you won't miss out on that. And check out my other things. I am a strategist, so I'll go over what you should do in games so that you can win your games, essentially. I hope this helped, and I'll see you later.